know what is what.
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
This is Cult of the Living Dead.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Cult of the Living Dead. I know you guys are expecting to watch the critically acclaimed, I dare say, Oscar-worthy film Return of the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes sequel starring George Clooney. But the boys went on an expedition this week and we saw Christopher Nolan's 2026 film, The Odyssey. So we're going to push Return of the Tomatoes back an episode and we're going to cover The Odyssey. It is the hottest ticket item in the world right now. 70 millimeter, exclusively filmed IMAX film. So IMAX must see. And by the end of this episode, we will discuss and maybe be able to answer this question. Is this Christopher Nolan's best film?
Ooh.
We'll marinate on that.
Okay.
But as always, I am your host, The Dale, followed by my co-host, Mr. Cea.
Yo.
And it has been an event.
It has. It's been what a grand event this has been. I mean, there was so much hype around this movie for the last, year and a half?
When I first heard, they're like, oh, Christopher Nolan's doing an Odyssey. Doing the Odyssey, I was like, that's a must-see movie. That's a must-see film. Christopher Nolan, I think he's a great director. He makes really good movies. This one, spoiler, I think was no different, but him doing an epic, he's already done a sci-fi epic with Interstellar. He's done a mind-bending, crime thriller with Inception. He's dived into the world of superheroes with The Batman, or Batman, because technically The Batman is a different franchise.
True.
He's done like more fringe shit like Memento, mind-altering stuff like The Prestige. Christopher Nolan does it all.
He has 13 movies. This is his 13th movie. His first movie was in 1998 up until now.
Was that Memento?
It was called The Following.
I don't think I've seen that one.
I haven't seen it either. I think I've seen I have seen all of the other ones except for Following.
Name them.
Memento,
Seen
Insomnia,
Seen it.
Batman Begins,
Seen it.
The Prestige,
Seen it.
The Dark Knight,
Seen it.
Inception,
Seen it.
The Dark Knight Rises,
Seen it.
Interstellar,
Yep.
Dunkirk.
Great film. Haven't seen Tenet.
You haven't seen Tenet? Tenet's cool.
I heard it's mid as fuck, so I passed on it.
It's cool. It's not like the others though. I
heard it's his worst movie.
Yeah. Oppenheimer and then this one.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think it's an early contender for movie of the year for sure.
Yeah, he's gonna be going up against Dune though.
Yeah. Lissani Galib
Yeah.
is it's gonna be a Denis Villeneuve versus Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, 100%. And also Ludwig Göransson, the score for the Odyssey versus
Hans Zimmer's dunked on
versus Hans Zimmer.
I was talking to the new president of Uruguay, Tuan.
Yeah.
And I was telling him how incredible the music was in this film. And I was like, I think, and we could discuss it, I guess, more in detail, but I just got to say it now since we're talking about it.
Yeah.
I think Ludwig is officially the best composer in film.
Ludwig Göransson?
Yeah, I don't think it's close. I think he's better than Hans Zimmer. I mean, it's tough to say because he brought us such great classics as from the true romance films. Things that really get you going. But I don't know, man. Ludwig is
he's on top of his game right now. I feel like this is like Ludwig's fucking time. You know, Odysseus had his time, and this is Ludwig's time.
This is the time of Ludwig.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, let's run through the cast and crew because they're excited to talk about it. So let's take care of some things. It is boys go to the movie episode, so it's going to be a slightly different structure. Try to keep it as spoiler free as there's going to be light spoilers, so be warned. There will be spoilers. Since we don't really go over too many plot points going forward at this new format, I'm going to keep the synopsis like relatively brief, like very brief. Just to give you an idea what the movie is, because I think you guys should really go and like watch it. But spoiler alert. Yeah, if you want to come back and listen to this episode after you've seen it, by all means, you should do that. All right. So, like we said, directed by Christopher Nolan. He also wrote the film. It is an adaptation of Homer's Odyssey, specifically gosh, I looked it up and I forgot her name. What the translation by Emily Wilson. So it's based off the 2017 translation of the Greek scholar's work. So that's what he was working with. Homer also wrote the Iliad, which covers the fall of Troy.
Sorry, pause. Do you know what the difference is from that translation to the other translations? Is there like a big thing, or?
I don't know, but I know like a lot of books have been translated by a bunch of different people.
Yeah.
So I don't know if her version is maybe a little easier to read. I don't know. Because I've read the Odyssey, but I read like the Penguins Classics version.
Yeah. I think didn't we all had to read that at some point in time, no?
Yeah, the Odyssey is
or was it Iliad?
I read excerpts of the Odyssey throughout like high school, I think.
Yeah, and then I think I had to read the Iliad during college.
I read the Iliad on my own. I never had to read it for school.
Yeah. Loki.
I like the Iliad.
I like the Iliad too. I have a theory about Iliad and Odyssey and Nolan, but I'll save it till after.
I hope he does the Iliad. That'd be sick.
I feel like this is franchise territory that we're talking about, like franchise
the Odyssey,
money.
You do the Iliad and then you do the Aeneid, buddy.
What's the Aeneid?
The Aeneid covers the Aeneas, who also fought in the Trojan War, and he's like the founder of Rome.
Oh shit! Oh, okay, yo,
sure
that'd be nuts.
I should know this as a fucking
history.
History.
But isn't your master's in the Americas?
Yeah, it's about
You're on the other side, no?
No, my master is in like medieval North African history and Latin American civilization. Yeah, I was right. It covers Aeneas, and he travels to Italy, where his descendants Romulus and Remus are the ones who found Rome.
Damn.
It was written by Virgil, and I've read excerpts of the Aeneid too. I knew it was but it's from someone from the Trojan side, not the Greek side.
I could definitely see it becoming Nolan's franchise, just the amount of money, and we also didn't get an Achilles. We didn't get an Achilles in here, and I feel like he's keeping the Achilles for.
Yeah, because I feel like I have some fan theories I've seen. It's like, well, if you commit to Achilles now, people are going to want that person to be Achilles going forward.
Yeah,
it's like, you can always recast them, but
but Nolan does things intentionally. You know what I mean?
True, he does.
Yeah,
he does. And as you said, the music is by Ludwig Göransson, who's been on a tear been on a tear recently. He also did the music for Sinners, which had a great soundtrack. He's done Wakanda, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, the original Black Panther, Oppenheimer, the Mandalorian series, and surprisingly, he's done all the episodes of New Girl.
Wild.
What range?
I know. I'm watching that now, so that's crazy that he.
You're watching New Girl now?
I'm just now watching New Girl as an adult, and what a crazy
Winston and CC classic mashup, dude.
Yeah, what a crazy fucking.
Yeah, right. I saw that. I was like, what the fuck? This dude did New Girl? Random.
That's wild.
All right, so the cast and crew's a little long, but a lot of these characters have some pretty vital points in it. And it's more just to like flex on like the type of actors in here, which what I love about this film compared to like other Nolan films, I feel like most of his films is just like, let's just put a bunch of like A-listers everywhere, where this one you kind of have some like lower tier, in my opinion, good actors, but not like, it's not all like Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway level actors in every single role.
Well, good. We'll go through the cast first, and then we'll talk.
All right. So it stars Matt Damon, who plays Odysseus. Probably best known for The Martian, Good Will Hunting, and The Departed. We have Anne Hathaway, who plays Odysseus' wife Penelope. She was in the Batman Returns, Devil Wears Prada, Princess Diaries, and we have Tom Holland, who plays their son, Temelicus. He's probably best known as being Spider-Man, and I guess the Uncharted series. And Zendaya plays Athena, best known probably for Spider-Man and also Euphoria. Most recently, she's in, what is it, the drama with Robert Pattinson.
Mhm.
We have Robert Pattinson. Unfortunately for him, is probably best known for being in Twilight. He's a very good actor. He's also the Batman.
Is he now? I feel like I
Are you Team
forget
Edward or are you Team Jacob?
Fuck.
Because after this movie, I'm Team Jacob.
Damn, Team Jacob. Yeah. Yeah, he plays such a good
He's such a good villain, dude.
asshole in this movie.
Hated him so much.
Yeah.
This is why I say this is someone who I think is a good actor, but is not at the tier of half the people I just named. We have John Leguizamo, who plays Umaeus, and he's like a pretty vital character. And I'm like, damn, look at John Leguizamo in like a big time supporting role.
Yeah.
He's Moulin Rouge. He's great in Spawn as Violator.
Every time I see him, I immediately think of him as the Violator.
Violator, yep. Yeah. Romeo plus Juliet.
Oh, yo, callback.
We have Elliot Page, who plays Sinon. He was best known for Juno and Inception. Well, I guess his former self was. I don't know what Elliot Page is best known for now. But Juno, Inception, X-Men, Umbrella Academy. John Berthnall, another guy who I like, but is not an A-tier actor. Let me tell you something, Temelicus. Let me tell you something.
You want to hear a story about Odysseus?
Huh? Your boy's weak, Rick. Let me tell you something, Red.
How does he play the same guy in every movie?
He's the same guy. I remember I was talking to him. I think it might have been Twan. He's like, we're naming like method actors. Someone's like, John Berthnall's a method actor. I'm like, what's his method to play the same dude and like everything he's in?
Yeah.
He's just fucking Shane and everything.
Yeah, he is at this point.
Very degrees of Shane, rubbing his head as Menelaus.
Yeah.
He plays Menelaus, who's Agamemnon's brother. He's best known for The Punisher. He's in The Bear, Walking Dead. He's done a lot of stuff. I do really like John Berthnall, even though we're clowning on him. Mm-hmm. Corey Hawkins as Polybus. He's from Straight Outta Compton and Kong Skull Island. Charlize Theron as Calypso. She was in Monster, Mad Max Fury Road, Atomic Blonde. Mia Goth as Melanthal. She was most recently in Frankenstein and the Pearl Trilogy. Benny Safdie as Agamemnon. He was in Oppenheimer, Licorice Pizza, and Happy Gilmore. But I know him best for he's the director that did like Uncut Gems and The Smashing Machine. So,
I don't like know him too much. Yeah, but
I've heard of him more as a director instead of an actor. So I was like, oh, this dude's in it.
Yeah. Yes,
I do think it's hilarious how Agamemnon's the older brother of Menelaus, but Benny Safdie looks significantly younger than John Berthnall.
Yeah, but you never see his face though. So
yeah, you do at the very end.
At the end, yeah, but it's not. And also his presence is like he towers over Odysseus.
He's so cool.
Yeah.
We have Kamesh Patel as Eulochus. He was in Yesterday, Tenet, Don't Look Up. And lastly, we have Travis Scott as the Bard. I think those are a lot of our major players in this film.
Yeah.
I just think Travis Scott in because he's only in it for like 2 scenes, but it's just wild that Travis Scott got casted in this movie.
Yeah. Do you hear why he did that though? Why Nolan chose him?
No.
I think he tried to keep it as like lore accurate as possible of having someone who's a bard, just a modern day bard, retell the story.
Nice.
And so he was like, I'm gonna get Travis Scott. And so he got a real life bard.
That's cool.
And it made me think like, oh fuck, we still have bards. We just don't call them bards anymore. And we pay them so much more money. But yeah, what a wild correlation.
That is true.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do a quick synopsis. Like I said, it's gonna be relatively spoiler free. We will go over some of the subtle differences between this one and the movie, but in the book. But it is like a 3,000-year-old book, so like I don't know, like or poem. So I mean, like I don't know, you had 3,000 years to read it. All right, so it's based off Homer's Odyssey, which covers his Odysseus's travels back home after the end of the Trojan War, where the Greeks are victorious and destroyed the kingdom of Troy. Along the way, Odysseus and his band of men get lost and come across a plethora of quite like horrific ordeals until they finally get home. It takes 20 years from when Odysseus leaves until he gets from when he leaves to the Trojan War until he gets home. 20 years has passed. The war itself took 10 years. The journey took another 10. Throughout the film, we get flashbacks to the Trojan War and kind of Odysseus's PTSD, which I think is an interesting take Nolan took. And all the loving, dramatic culminations that come with a Greek epic feel throughout. I will leave it at that. You guys you got to watch it, but I don't want to spoil any. There's a lot of cool shit happens.
Yeah, it's a good synopsis, though. I mean, that's literally it. It's just his journey back home.
Journey back home and a bunch of fuckery happens.
Yeah.
It's
self-discovery.
Yep. All right, let's start with the music. We touched on it a little bit. I made the claim that Ludwig Göransson has surpassed Hans Zimmer. I think maybe Hans Zimmer he's an amazing, like, I think classical epic score maker, a la like John Williams style guy. But what Ludwig Göransson did in this movie, this isn't a spoiler alert, but just if you haven't seen the movie, go into it knowing this. Christopher Nolan wanted the music as lore accurate and as close to the time period as humanly possible. So Ludwig Göransson did a shit ton of research and recreated a bunch of dead instruments in order to get the music as close to lore accurate as humanly possible. So instruments that have not existed in our world for over 1,000 years, maybe longer, Göransson looked at artifacts, saw them, created it to the best of his knowledge, and he used those instruments to make the music. Absolutely fucking incredible.
Yeah, there's no modern instrument sounds in this movie whatsoever, and it was just fantastic.
I forget what I don't know what, I think it's a wind instrument when like it's like the recurring theme.
His Odysseus is like, I think it's his main theme that he has. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it's so like haunting and like
so foreboding and sad.
Yeah.
You feel lost.
It's the same sound that he hears when he's sailing past the sirens. It's that same like,
yes.
It's just like, yeah, so good. So good. It really puts you in the world kind of immediately. I mean, around everything else that Nolan created too, but the music just ties perfect.
The score, I think, is incredible. I feel like he's a surefire winner for this year's Oscar. Hans Zimmer is really going to have to bring it for Lisani Galib for him to lose, I feel.
I'm thinking because of the originality, you know?
I feel like that alone.
Yeah, he put in so much effort to get it as close to lore accurate as possible. It's going to take a lot for Hans Zimmer to beat him out. Something crazy going to have to happen. I mean, I know Timothée Chalamet's voice is the recording that we hear in all the trailers when he's like doing that big speech that's now been made into like the soundtrack for the trailer. But I feel like it's got to be something wild in order to beat this out.
It's going to be tough. The music was incredible. It fit every scene, I think, so perfectly.
Yeah.
That little tidbit alone is arguably my favorite thing about the movie. And it's not even visual.
Yeah. 100%. There's so much love and care put in this movie too.
I mean, it's a Nolan film, right?
Yeah. Do you know about how they filmed it with IMAX? Like, do you know the whole IMAX thing itself?
No.
Or like, so IMAX isn't normally used for long periods because you know anything about IMAX cameras?
Can they not be exposed for too long?
So they're like huge boxes and they make a lot of sound and they typically only have enough film in them to film for about like 3-4 minutes at a time. Nolan went over to the people that make IMAX and he was like, yo, I want to make a whole movie just based off of IMAX shit. So he worked with the team to create new special IMAX cameras that are like mildly smaller, but they're still huge. They have enough like film to record in it for like a longer period of time, and they have this whole like box that encompasses it to kind of dampen the sound. But it's still a huge fucking thing. So in some of the scenes when people are talking to each other face to face, there's a camera, a huge IMAX like block in front of them. What they ended up doing was they used mirrors so they're still looking straight into the camera, but they're looking at a mirror, and that mirror is reflecting into the other actor's eyes. So they're still able to look eye to eye. But imagine the conditions that they're doing it in, right? Like they're outside, there's a huge fucking box in front of them. Like they dedicated a lot to making sure that that this would work for IMAX, enough that they invented a whole new IMAX camera specifically for this fucking movie.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because Nolan is about the practicality. Like hearing that and then knowing that he found like a Viking ship that was like that he retrofitted to make it look like a Greek. Oh, I forget what their ship's called. I should have. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Ship, and they filmed in like open ocean like for weeks.
Yeah.
Like the opening scene. This isn't a spoiler. You'll see them sailing out. And there's like dolphins. Well, it's not the opening scene, but when Odysseus is sailing out, when they leave Troy and you see dolphins swimming on the side of the boat, that happened.
Mm-hmm.
They're just swimming out. Some dolphins just decided to like ride next to them.
Yeah.
He had the whole crew learn how to row.
Yeah.
Like insanity while doing that with this massive box, just like capturing the whole thing. His commitment to filmmaking is awe-inspiring.
Yeah.
His practicality, his use of practical effects in a movie this grand. Like it could have been, you could have very easily just like added shit. Like he could have done it in a studio, like just made a big pool.
He could have. Yeah.
He's like, nah, we're going on the ocean.
Yeah.
On site. I don't know if they were in the Mediterranean Sea, but crazy.
For real. Do you mention another thing that he does everything practical? There are a ton of great practical effects in this. Like the Cyclops was a big
ass puppet.
Big puppet, yeah.
Massive puppet.
The pigs were also like puppets that they were able to kind of like pull and shift, which is just it's wild.
Insane.
Wild stuff.
Insane. I didn't mention who played Cersei either. She is a pretty vital character. She reminded me of the pigs. Insane. Christopher Nolan's the cinematography was great. Like the movie, admittedly, is I don't know. I don't think it's slow, but I can see people thinking it's slow because it is a grand epic and there are a lot of cinematic scenes. But I think it moves at just the right pace to like make you feel how grand the world is, and being in there with Odysseus and his 3 boats, and seeing just how small they are on this journey. And it's just the Mediterranean, like not to like shit on the Mediterranean or anything, but like I mean it's massive, but you know they're not crossing an ocean, but it
feels like an ocean.
Feels like an ocean.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Amazing.
The dude that did the cinematography won an Academy Award for Oppenheimer also.
I believe it. Oppenheimer also had great cinematography. Yeah,
so there's just a stacked cast all around this. One thing I did worry about though was it felt in the beginning that this cast almost felt like, I don't know, another better word for it, but like Marvelified, in the sense that like there were too many like big actors for this. You know what I mean?
You think so? I think there was
but then watching it, I recognize that they use them in like impactfully. Like Zendaya, she's in it. She doesn't have that many lines.
She's maybe in it for like a total of like 15 to 20 minutes of filming in a 3-hour movie. And
then from that, she only has like a handful of lines. It's way more about her presence being there. And I feel like she's just so haunting in the scenes that she is there.
Great.
Yeah, it's great. And so I think I was worried about it in the beginning, but then watching it, I was like, oh, I understand.
Like Charlize Theron is in the movie for like 20 minutes.
Like 20 minutes. Yeah. Yeah.
She's but this is all like the way the movie's told, like in flashback form. So like you're, and with modern day when you're to Telemachus and Penelope. But so like you'll get like a minute or two of Charlize Theron or a minute here of Zendaya, and then you won't see them for like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. So it ended up working.
Really nice.
Yeah, it ended up working. So my original concern of it being like too much, them having too many big actors, it's not that. It works so well.
I could see it being but I think that's what makes it so good is like you got a bunch of really good actors but you didn't they didn't have like enough screen time, but you gave them enough to work with and that their skill as an actor, they really took advantage of the screen time that they did get and everyone put forth like a really good performance.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Like I think the 3 or 4 characters you spend the most time with are Penelope, Telemachus, Robert Pattinson, and like Matt Damon.
Yeah.
They get the
Yeah.
most screen time.
Yeah. Pretty
And
much.
3 of those characters are like the plot B.
Hmm.
And I guess and Patel, Matt Damon's first mate, that dude gets a lot of screen time too.
He does. Yeah.
Is side eyeing him the whole time.
Yeah. The whole time.
This was fucking up.
Yeah. Pissing off the gods.
Listen off the gods. All right, we gushed about Nolan? We're definitely going to come back to it. Let's start working our way through some of these characters. Let's start off with the big one, the star himself. No, we'll hold off on Odysseus. I think. Let's start where the movie starts. Let's start with Tom Holland as Telemachus. What'd you think of Tom Holland?
Spider-Man. Spider-Man's good when he's not Spider-Man.
He's good, man. He was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I think he can play a kid very well. I mean, he's been playing a kid for some time, so it makes sense that he's kind of easily able to fall into the role of like a kid with a lot of power that's still trying to find their way.
And he
Like,
didn't feel like Spider-Man.
and he didn't. Yeah, he didn't feel like Spider-Man. He felt like another young character who still has a lot of power that needs to figure out how to use that power in some type of way, but it's not in like the silly, goofy like way that we see in Spider-Man. It's in a different, a little bit more adult tone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think his character did a good job of conveying, from what I remember from the poem. Admittedly, I haven't read it in probably about 10 years, but as like he plays a good young man who's trying to grapple with the fact that he is a prince. He's the prince of Ithaca, but he's still powerless in stopping these suitors from like taking over his father's palace and him trying to discover himself and kind of going on like that because his is also a journey of self-discovery, which I don't think he realizes until he like talks with Menelaus, and Menelaus is like, yo, dog, like what are you doing here? Like you gotta take back your kingdom.
Mhm.
Like your dad ain't around.
Yeah.
And I think Tom Holland does a good job of that. I thought it was pretty good in this movie. I was very surprised seeing him as playing like arguably the the biggest supporting character, I would say.
Mhm.
Odysseus and Telemachus are like get the most screen time for sure.
Mhm.
I was like, damn, how's Tom Holland gonna do this? I mean, he's kind of like, how's he gonna break free from being Spider-Man?
Yeah.
But I think he managed to do it. He convinced me.
Mhm. Yeah, he did a good job. I think one thing, and it's kind of a bigger piece, and it kind of goes back to casting. The one thing that kind of annoyed me was everyone's accents were their own kind of accents in some
Yeah.
type of way. So like Barenthal accent, he sounds like Shane, and he's talking to Spider-Man at the same time. Like there were like just that part threw me out a little bit that there wasn't like a cohesive, like everyone speaking the same type of tongue in this movie. But I also understand it's theater, and so this is what we were getting. Nolan kind of he's trying to. I feel like Nolan's attempt was to ground things and make it a little bit more realistic, where these were all just different people kind of all coming together. But it did kind of pull me out a little bit.
The way that I made sense of it in my mind, and like obviously, other historians can argue with me. The Greek city states are kind of their own they're their own individual kingdoms, but they're all Greek.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, well, it's like regionality. Different kingdoms have different ways.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, okay, so like the Spartans kind of sound like John Bernthal.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Ithacans sound like Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway,
Yeah.
Because I feel like even Robert Pattinson, he had like a little bit, not I wouldn't want to say an act. I feel like Robert Pattinson did have like a slight accent.
He did have an accent. I feel like he gives himself an accent in every movie that he does though after
I could see that, yeah.
after Twilight. You know, like he sounds different in almost everything that he does.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
That's true. It is funny though, because I had the same feeling um like this isn't like a fair comparison, but like coming from like Troy, like the
But
movie
yo,
Troy,
that's
like everyone
crazy.
in Troy like talks like trying to talk like olden times.
Yeah, except for who was Agamemnon in that movie?
Oh, the,
He's from Born Identity.
yeah, the dad in and not Severance. The guy from he's the captain in Super Troopers.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Brian Cox.
Brian Cox.
Brian Cox doesn't have an accent in that movie, but everyone else kind of does. But yeah, it's a little bit more cohesive for sure.
Like I feel like yeah, they tried to like do like a theme.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
And
guess
there,
we're doing a Greek accent in this one, guys.
yeah, and there wasn't that in this movie at all. It was just
No,
everyone.
everyone just used their regular
Yeah,
voice.
yeah. Do it how you think, how you
I
would
don't want your
best
character to
feel.
sound
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then Batman over there was like, okay, now's my time. I'm gonna give myself a small accent.
slight British accent because I'm from Britain.
Yeah,
That's really funny.
yeah,
All right, well, that's a perfect segue. What'd you think of Robert Pattinson as Mr.
dude,
Antinous?
dude. That fucking guy. He plays such a good, like, likable. He plays such a good, hateable villain. Like he's so easy to hate in this. You know,
Yep.
especially in the end. I don't want, I'm not, I won't go into it deeply, but the things that he was, as the things were happening, he was like running around, he was saying stuff, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I was like, this fucking bitch, dude. I just want him to, just
Hiding
want him
behind
to, yeah,
hiding.
hiding behind everyone. Like, oh my God, dude, just go, please. Um, yeah, he did a good job in this movie too, for sure.
I think that's one thing I like that Nolan did that was different from the source material. Like, if you guys, this is gonna be a slight spoiler alert. So you know, earmuffs or lower the volume, but spoiler starts now. Killing him last, as opposed to in the actual Odyssey, he gets killed first. He's the one that gets the
Mm.
arrow in the throat. But I like how they dragged it out, for movie's sake, because you want him. He was obviously the main villain.
Yeah,
You wanted him to fucking die last, but
yeah,
get it good. So I
yeah.
thought that was cool.
Damn. Damn, when the arrow in the throat happened, I was one of the people in the audience that was like, "Ho ho!" I like started laughing because fuck that
Dude,
guy too, dude.
my whole did your theater cheer? My theater cheered.
Yeah, my theater cheered, but I started the cheer because I
When
was like,
Odysseus hit him, like everyone's like, oh, and then there was like, yeah. When I was
yeah,
like, oh fuck yeah, dude.
yeah, yeah, it was dope. 10 a.m. IMAX, any IMAX showings right now, it's an experience as a unit, and I love it.
Oh sick. All right,
Yeah,
spoiler over. Yeah, Robert Pattinson was great. I loved his whole like little subplot of Robert Pattinson. I guess this is also a spoiler, so I guess another pause. It's like he's like a draft dodger.
yeah,
So like that was cool. Like his whole subplot is like we know like he's like trying to put forward like I would have went if Odysseus would have let me, but he said I gotta stay home and protect Ithaca.
hmm,
And it's like, nah, dude, you're a bitch. And like the whole time, Odysseus is like holding the little like draft nodule and being like, for Sinon is the guy who took his place. And he's like, yo, give him this, remind him
yeah,
of his shame. I thought that subplot was sick.
yeah. That subplot was cool.
Because the point of, because when he's in Ithaca and he's like, always, he's the one who's trying to get with Penelope. He's like, oh man, you need a strong man. I could have been there if I was there. He's like Mark Wahlberg. 9/11 wouldn't have happened if I was there. He's like, if I was there, the fucking Troy would have fallen 5 years ago.
Yeah, he's
Fucking bitch.
he's talking up all this shit while he's just enjoying all this free food and alcohol.
Yep.
Yeah,
Fucking, he was a great villain.
yeah, yeah. He was.
It's cool too, because like Odysseus's journey doesn't really have a villain, except for I would kind of argue Odysseus himself, maybe.
Hmm. I thought, and this, I think this is a good. Well,
We can segue.
okay. I thought that in the story of Odysseus, it's about Odysseus overcoming like the gods or like
No, in the original,
like recognizing that like it's not necessarily about the gods, it's like about the power that we put onto them.
in the original story, he gets mad intervention from the gods.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Hermes helps him. He almost gets home because and then like his guys fuck up by opening the jar of wind. Hermes saves his ass twice. Hermes is the one who tells Calypso like, "Yo, you gotta let this dude go."
Mm-hmm.
So like he gets
Some
he gets a lot of help from the gods.
So it's so much more intervention in the original, but
Yeah, Nolan, I think his
Nolan,
interpretation made it like him kind of overcoming the PTSD of all the fucked up shit he did
yeah,
in Troy.
yeah,
And like working through that and kind of not wanting to really get home.
mm-hmm.
Because instead of following Agamemnon and taking the known route that got them there, he's like, nah, we're gonna go the opposite way. Maybe we'll see some of the world. And his men are like, what the fuck? Why are we doing that?
Yeah.
He's like, let's take this uncharted route home.
Yeah.
After we just did a 10-year war. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, I don't want to do that. I want to go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he was dealing with, because like we get a lot of flashbacks of him kind of like having like fucking Tom Hanks in Saving Private Ryan, like having like a contemplative sit and like dealing with all the bullshit
in the middle of the
middle of the
Troy.
fall of Troy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Athena, we see what happens to the human form of Athena.
Was so cool.
That was some haunting shit, dude.
I love that shit.
It also made me question if like, was that actually Athena or was that
a manifestation of his PTSD?
His consciousness is like PTSD that was coming to, and it kind of made me question even more then, and it helped reinforce the thought that like it's not about the gods, it's like whatever interpretation we have of the gods, it doesn't like matter because it's how we interact with the people in the world. That's what should matter more. I feel like he was struggling with that throughout the whole movie, right? Because then he ends up becoming what do they call them? The rivermen or the seamen?
The men from the sea.
The men from the sea? Yeah, like he's the reason why the men from the sea.
Because he broke Zeus's rule, so he broke something that was fundamental about the
culture.
World. Yeah. About like how we interact with each other. He crossed the line. Yeah. And by crossing that line, he broke a sacred truth.
Yeah. What a crazy,
which I thought was great, which is cool because the men from the sea are a real thing.
Yeah.
In history, like the fall of the Bronze Age, if you read it historically, it says all the Crete, Athens, all of them, they say that men came from the sea and ransacked all these kingdoms, and that's what ended the Bronze Age, which is what Homer's covering. And then you have the Greek Dark Ages, and then things pick up again in like 700 BC with like Aristotle, Plato, and all them, and that's like the Greek Renaissance. But all their records say that all these mighty kingdoms that are mentioned in these like Greek legends were conquered by the men from the sea.
Who were the men from the sea?
I don't know.
Historically. Oh shit! They were just dudes.
Men from the sea. We don't know where they come from. They have ideas, but we haven't found any. Like from the last I heard, I haven't been in school in a while.
Yeah.
They don't exactly know who the men from the sea are, but they were real. They did fuck shit up.
Wow. What a cool, like, crazy story because it caused the downfall of like a civilization, but
because cool, even says the Bronze Age is ending.
Yeah, but like cool thing to work into it, right? Because it's
my history brain was like, what? Oh, is the men from the sea are coming? Like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah. Damn, that's wild.
That's
I want to look that up. That might be my next like deep topic to deep dive. Yeah, my next rabbit hole.
To touch on if the gods are real, I think it's cool that Nolan left it up to interpretation. I think maybe you could argue that he's definitely leaning more towards the idea that like maybe Athena was a manifestation in him, or maybe because this is the way Athena is punishing him because they destroyed the statue of Athena. That's the statue that gets decapitated.
Yeah.
In the original story, they get Athena's wrath because they murder people in her temple, which is sacrilegious.
Yeah.
And that's how like the gods start going against them. I like to think that Athena was real just because I love the whole Greek aspect, and I wish Troy would have had that, and it didn't. They grounded it way more.
Yeah.
And I do think like they do come in contact with the Cyclops, the Sirens, the Giants. Let's forget what the thing that Cersei, the things that come out of the cliff.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah.
So like all these mystical creatures happen. So I'm like, I think it'd be kind of weird like to include all those and then but the gods aren't real. It's like, oh well, I mean, would it hurt to just make the gods real at that point?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the Cyclops is for sure like
those are real. Yeah. Yeah.
He was real. He killed a bunch of their guys.
It'd be interesting if he does end up making
Iliad?
The Iliad and he includes him in there and has like a god's point of view of like what is going on or what happened throughout all of these things. I think that'd be a little bit cool too. But I don't know. I like that it leaves it kind of
interpretation.
Yeah, he leaves it a more interpretation because it could be seen either way. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
I think he got so much help from them. He even went to hell and he like
that happens too.
Yeah, so he does interact with all of these different things at different points in time. But I like that it's like a question mark, like a weird question in there.
The question mark is Athena real, I guess.
Yeah.
Was the guy who came up from the ground supposed to be Hades or he's some messenger?
I think he was just a messenger. I don't think that was actually Hades. Yeah, I think that was I think that's the dude that plays Raiden in Mortal Kombat.
Nice.
Not the newest one, the 90s Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think that's who it was. I just I didn't actually look it up. That scene was crazy. Did you hear what they did in that scene? Had the practical effect for that. So they actually buried
everyone, yeah.
They buried real stuntmen, gave them snorkels so they could breathe through the dirt, and then had a timer. And when the timer was done, all of them would raise up from the dirt, like actually dug in.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Fall of Troy. Christopher Nolan used 2,000 extras.
Wow, that's a wild number of extras.
I don't want to CG this. We're gonna raid this bitch.
Yeah, that's wild.
Crazy. I would have loved to be an extra in that.
I know, me too. Damn. Can you imagine if I don't know, like any other like horror movie were to do that, you know? The closest thing I could think of is like Dawn of the Dead. Like I think one of the small hordes.
I think The Walking Dead had like a couple where they had like hundreds of people, but not thousands.
Imagine thousands. That would be, man, that'd be nuts.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good segue. What do you think of Odysseus? Matt Damon, our star character.
I like that they finally have a movie where Matt Damon makes it home.
Right.
I just want to see Matt Damon come home because this boy's been lost for a minute. But I think, old man Odysseus. I think Matt Damon's primed to do this, man. He's been on so many different movies. I think his acting is like he's there, you know. I think he's also for like the time his age and the age that we see Odysseus in this movie. I feel like it blends in so well. I think he does a really good job. And I don't feel like he has his Boston accent too much in this movie, which he sometimes has in specific movies.
Sometimes it sneaks in.
Yeah, sometimes it'll sneak in, but it didn't sneak in this one. This one, he was locked in.
I agree. I thought he was great. I thought he brought like an assured arrogance to his character, and like kind of had like his whole demeanor felt like he was constantly telling his crew like I told you so.
Yeah.
But I loved. I thought he was really good, and I think the way that he reacts to every situation was different enough that it kept the movie entertaining.
My favorite Odysseus moment was when they're passing through the sirens.
Yes.
And he chooses to be the first man ever to survive a siren song. I audibly laughed when he was like, it's a crazy thing. I got to do it. You know, like what the fuck? This guy's crazy. You know, it just
it's like no one's ever survived. Yeah, that's why it'll work.
That's why it's great. I got to be the first person to survive. Like what a fucking maniac, dude. Yeah, he goes through a journey in this, and Matt Damon was a good pick for it.
I agree. Was that your favorite? Like I don't want to call it a trial, but like interaction they have on their way home.
No, I think I like the Cyclops.
The Cyclops was great. That's
Yeah.
one of my favorite parts in the poem.
Yeah. Cyclops, the Siren, and then
I like the Islands of the Giant a lot.
yo, that scene was terrifying for like yeah. Yeah, that was a good that was like a good horror moment that was put into this fucking epic thriller. And yeah. Um and then I like the end, like his
The end
return.
was great. Yeah, his
Yeah, his
return.
return home. Yeah. Yeah.
Return was great. I actually really liked the Cersei scene too.
That scene was dope because he solves it without. I mean, he threatens aggression, but he's able to like work through it. You know,
He's honorable too. He's like, I don't
he's
want
on
to
a,
do this. Like,
and
just
that's
bring my men back and we'll dip.
and I think that's why Cersei does it, right? Because Cersei has the foresight, and that's why she did what she does. But then she talks to him, and she knows that he didn't do anything during the Battle of Troy, and so she's like, okay, fine. And so when yeah, I like that whole thing was really cool because that showed that he's so much more than just like aggression,
Yeah,
you know? Yeah. He was
yeah,
a real thinker.
yeah. I think that's one thing I think was emphasized a lot, which I really appreciated. Is like, I'm not trying to compare it to Troy, but Troy's like, the Iliad comparison. The Iliad covers Achilles, who's like the greatest warrior in the world, and you get a lot of like, oh, he's just a badass and he just fucking wrecks everybody.
Hmm.
And Odysseus is the thinker, and you see the way like in this whole movie they never brute force their way out of anything. He always comes up with a solution to get out of like all their jams for the most part.
Hmm.
I thought that was cool, and then seeing him with the flashbacks, I thought was also cool. Like
Yeah.
him coming up and them showing how they got into Troy was dope.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%, dude. That was really cool.
And I like Nolan's version of the horse.
Yeah. Yeah, it was dope. I feel like we talked good about everyone. Do you think there was any actors that didn't do good in this movie?
I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of what's his name? Corey Hawkins. It's
Who
Polybus.
who was that again?
He's like Robert
Oh yeah.
Pattinson's
Yeah,
right hand
Rob.
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's I
Yeah. Yeah, he was
feel like his
okay.
character is a little forgettable.
I mean, he was a super side character, you know?
But like I think you're talking about from like the main characters?
Yeah.
No, I think everyone did a pretty good job. My favorite person in this whole movie was Zendaya, surprisingly.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I really liked Athena.
Her like presence isn't even like a lot in the movie too. You're talking about like 20 minutes of a 3-hour movie. It's pretty good. Super impactful then, huh?
I thought so. I thought the gravity that she brought to the scenes,
It was a
because like
lot.
yeah, because the like Odysseus is like tripping, and then like she would just pop up. You're like, oh shit, and she
Yeah.
just tell him some like cryptic shit, and he's
Yeah.
like, damn.
Yeah.
Maybe not Zendaya's acting as a whole, although I think she did a great job. I really like Christopher Nolan's
Huge.
interpretation and implementation of Athena in throughout the movie.
Hmm.
I think that was really cool.
Yeah.
I guess like Charlize Theron was all right. Like she didn't really bring much other than just being like the what do you remember this? Like that was kind of all she did, like be
Yeah.
hot and just tell him to remember.
Yeah. Yeah. That's funny you say that because that's who the one character actor was that I didn't fully enjoy in it. Just because I don't think that they didn't use her to the best of her abilities. Because she's great in what she does, and I think she's good in this movie too. But they don't give her like a lot other than her just being like, yeah, I gave you a bunch of Lotus and then I fell in love with you and I didn't want you to leave and that was kind of it. And then he leaves and then that's it, you know? Nothing
She's
else.
like, all right, it's time for you to go. Your heart's not here. I can't
Yeah.
trick you anymore.
Yeah.
Like it was all right. It was cool. Like she was the plot device in order to like tell the story for us. But like, yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you think of Anne Hathaway?
She was cool. She was cool. I think my favorite part is towards the end when uh, Telemachus goes back and he's like, "Okay, mom, time for you to get remarried." And she's like, "I've been sitting on this fucking throne for 20 years. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about." Like she just blows up on him. I'm like, wow, the range on Anne Hathaway in this movie. She plays such a good, like, tormented, struggling, like, powerful woman who technically has power, but she's also a woman, so like they're never gonna give her that power. Like those she was dealing with so much shit. And I think in the she does great.
They crushed it.
Yeah.
It's like you think I need to give up power. What the fuck? I am the power. I kept this fucking country together. What the fuck are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
I was like, that was cool.
Yeah, and she's like, "Why? Like they would never give it to me or something like that." Like they, like
Yeah.
she recognizes where she's at, so she knows the dilemma that she's in. And like Tom Holland's, like not trying to like rage bait her, but he's just like, "Do this," because that's basically what his dad said, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was that was a cool scene. And Hathaway's kind of a powerhouse.
Yeah. I felt like her character too, like she did a good job of balancing like the fact that she's is the authority and the fact that she still wants Odysseus back, because she'll have moments where she'll be like, I'm the queen, and they'll be like, well, what do you want? She's like, I want Odysseus, and then she'll like fucking throw some shit. Like, oh, okay. And like it's cool. Like her character is complex, but
Yeah.
very reserved at the same time.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. She wasn't like a flat character, whereas I feel like Calypso, Charlize Theron's,
She was flat.
she was way more flat. They didn't
She was
give
just
her
hot. She was just
she
hot.
yeah, she was just hot. She was, I mean, that's what she is in the story, right? She's
A nymph, I think.
a nymph. She's just there. She just vibing. She just be a hot chick, you know? Sometimes you just vibe with a one-dimensional hot chick.
Who was your favorite side character, like minor character?
John Leguizamo.
He was good.
Yeah. Yeah, he was my favorite. Because that dude was holding it down. He was like he was in it. Also Maya Goth, but it's because I hated her so much because she was on Team Edward's side.
Yeah.
And I hated that she was doing that, you know?
He was a side piece.
Yeah, yeah, she was. But I liked the ending that she got, especially from Anne Hathaway when she was like, "You deserve to be out here," and then she closes the doors. It's like, oh yeah, fuck you.
That was sick.
Yeah, yeah.
How did she die?
She doesn't. We just see her. She's like cowering, and then she's like chilling. We don't really know her fate. But
Okay.
yeah, I think she ends up living because I don't think Matt Damon kills any women in that. He just kills all the other people.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Also, he kind of goes John Wick mode after his dog dies, right?
Dude.
Did you get that?
He wrecks everyone.
I feel like as soon as his dog died, it was just immediate, like we're back to John Wick 1, you know?
Oh, that's the one thing I appreciated. I was telling my wife in the Greek epics or in Greek mythology, like these great men are way better than everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, Odysseus is not Achilles. Odysseus is one of the great kings and one of the great soldiers of the Trojan War. Yeah, he's the brain. You could still hold his own in his fight because he was wrecking everybody.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was fucking dominating everyone and just literally by himself. Just a whole group of people. There was what 111 suitors in there.
180.
180 and he slaughters I don't know how many of them. I mean, people start bowing down to him.
That
like,
was sick. As he starts like killing more and more of them, everyone's just like, "Oh fuck this! I give up."
Yeah,
The king's back.
Yeah, that was really cool. That was a sick ass return. I like that. That's the type of return of the king that we need.
That was sick. It was sick.
Yeah,
that whole ending fight scene, like the build up to the test, and then the ultimate like battle.
Yeah,
chef's kiss.
Yeah. That might have been a spoiler, but you know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah. 1,000 years to read the story.
I think mine is kind of a tie. This is a super minor character because he has virtually no lines. But Benny Safdie as Agamemnon, the King of Kings.
Oh yeah.
He was such a towering presence this entire movie, and he says almost nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the scene where they open the gates of Troy, and it's just him standing there,
like just straight up, just looking at everyone.
It's like fuck, and his all black armor with the like spinal cord at the. I'm like, dude, this dude looks hard as fuck.
Yeah, he does.
He looks like a problem
for real. Went on a quest of vengeance, and his story is crazy too.
His story's crazy.
Yeah.
The book I got you, Antoine, covers that story.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Okay. Now I'm more interested.
There's a lot of like Greek dramas that cover kind of what happens to some of the big names of the Trojan War.
Okay.
It
Okay.
was such a
Cool.
pivotal war.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Agamemnon's fate is crazy. What did you think of was it Lupita Nyong'o
Yeah. As
as Helen
as Helen and the sister
and
Clemestria.
Agamemnon's wife? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was really cool. I wasn't expecting to see her at all because I feel like every time, or the only other version of Troy, the only other version I know of Helen of Troy is from the movie Troy, and so it was cool to see her, and it was also really different because in the movie Troy I don't remember I don't remember how the movie ends. I just remember Brian Cox sounding like Brian Cox throughout the whole movie. I
They got
should
it
actually
bad.
I'll watch that. I'll watch that again. But
I
I don't
like
know if
Troy. It's
we
a good movie.
I don't know if we see that after, like how we see her in this movie. You know what I mean?
We don't get the them going back, but we do get them winning the war.
Ah, okay.
Because Achilles dies at the end. He gets the arrow to the
Yeah.
Achilles.
Yeah, I remember that, but I don't remember like anything that happens to her. So it was interesting to see like when John Barenthal like turns her face and we see what happened to her like after. That was kind of that was like shocking, but
Yeah, what
it
do you
was
say?
cool.
You know, Troy.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
say a face that could launch 1,000 ships, and he's like, well, maybe 500.
Yeah.
He fucks her up.
Yeah.
That was fucked up.
I know it was crazy
Fucking John Bernthal.
for real. But she was a cool like side character.
But she's another like kind of big name actress, but she's only in it for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah. Still more of like an impact, to see her and then see her like that, like, oh fuck, what happened to you, dude?
I love the way they're able to like include like all the some like extra lore
Mhm.
into the movie to kind of like help build out the world and then like explain some of the like nuances.
I also like that they didn't explain, like you would have to know what happened in or why that war started to know what happened to her,
Yeah.
So I like that was kind of in there too, because then I feel like Nolan kind of expects you or like would want you to just put in the extra work of figuring out all of this other stuff. I think it's cool. Definitely world building.
Great.
Yeah.
Great storytelling. What about Travis Scott? Does he start the movie being like straight up or something like that?
I don't remember the first word, but I know it starts with him speaking and it ends with him speaking, right?
Kind of. Right before he Odysseus comes back, we get Travis Scott again.
Oh yeah.
Telling
Yeah.
the story of how Odysseus basically won the Trojan War.
Yeah.
What do you think Nolan was trying to say with this movie? You think it's an anti-war film?
Damn, anti-war film. No, I think it's more about figuring out our morals, figuring out like where we're at, trying to figure out who we are as individuals and like make sure that we're sure of ourselves so we can all go home.
Yeah, I could see that for sure with Odysseus, but I do think he had a little bit of anti because he does kind of look at the audience and say, like, "Oh, the songs don't remember you for the atrocities you did; they just remember you for like being the hero that you like in the end."
That's true.
Like everyone celebrates what Odysseus did to win the Trojan War, but he broke like a vital rule of like Greek of the world's like I guess hospitality. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Beware of Greeks bearing gifts.
Yeah. Hmm. That is a good point too. Because it did shift everything.
Yeah, he like we said earlier, he caused
The men of the
the men
seamen.
of the sea.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
I do like this super spoiler. It is stupid. It kind of reminded me of Kung Pao, which is like, no, you can't die on me. And he's like, oh, I'm not dying. We're gonna go to the west.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the guy's like, don't die me. I'm not dying. I just went, ugh, but that doesn't mean that I'm dying.
Yeah. That's hilarious because I also did think he was gonna die. I mean, dude took like when
There's
he
like a spear
when
hanging out of
there
him.
was two of them, dude. He had one in his stomach and then like two in his back. I think like, dude, he just tanked all that shit. And he definitely sets it up like he is, but yeah, I like that.
Fucking hilarious.
I know.
All right. You guys got to watch the movie. Quick review, I guess. Anything else about the movie you want to touch on? Any cool fucking Nolan things? Any other characters you think are worth mentioning?
Oh man. Honestly, I did say that Charlize Theron was like not my favorite, but everyone in this movie does such a good job in this movie. And like me thinking lower of Charlize Theron in this movie doesn't mean that she didn't do a great job. Everyone did a fantastic fucking job. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to like talk bad about this movie, you know? Or
Where
there's
would
like
you
there's nothing else that I want to add because everyone just did fucking fantastic. Everyone has to see this movie.
where do you rank it in Christopher Nolan? I mean, it is recency bias. You saw the movie yesterday? I
Yesterday,
saw it Saturday. So where would you rank it in Christopher Nolan's filmography?
fuck, I gotta look at the filmography.
What's your favorite Nolan movie?
Dark Knight.
That's also my favorite Nolan movie.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know everyone loves Interstellar. I know that.
I like Interstellar, but
I like Interstellar
it's not
too,
my
but
favorite. I like Dunkirk better than Interstellar.
so do I.
Yeah, hell yeah. You remember that? What was it?
Yeah.
420? Oh
Yeah. When
man,
Twan made those like weed eggs, and we were just
yeah.
like blasted watching Dunkirk.
And I think one of us, you were trying to roll like a blunt while
I
the
was on a
music,
joint.
the music was swelling, and I remember you were like, "This is so crazy right now, man!" Like that movie sets up so much tension, but yeah, it's a good movie. I think also Insomnia is also fantastic. Robin Williams, dark, like different Robin Williams movie too. I think that's like my second. And then I'll put this one in as my third.
Wait, so what's your number one?
Dark Knight,
Dark Knight, Insomnia,
Insomnia,
Odyssey.
Odyssey. Yeah, I'll do
Nice.
three because I mean he has so many other ones. All the other ones are good, but I
I
think those are
think
the three standouts for me.
I go Dark Knight, Dunkirk, Odyssey.
Oh yeah.
The Odyssey barely beat out. I know this is like now like a basic bitch answer because like
Mhm.
I feel like history has not been as kind to this movie as it was when it initially came out, but I still think that Inception is an incredible film.
Mm,
But a lot of people looking back at it say like Inception's actually not that deep.
yeah.
Like who cares? That movie fucking rocked.
Yeah, it
That was
was.
another moment when Inception came out. That was
Yeah.
a moment.
Yeah, that was a crazy movie. It was so much that yeah. Yeah, that movie was cool. It isn't technically that deep, but still a solid fucking ride, dude.
It was a cool ass movie. It was like one of the most interesting heist films ever made.
Yeah. Yeah. Heist within a heist within a heist.
Yeah.
Mind
Crazy.
heist. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do our review. Say you've seen it more recently, so why don't you go first? You can go as deep as you want, or if you want to do a quick one, it's up to you.
I think I'll keep it kind of quick. I really like this movie. This is I think that this to me is a sign of good like bringing back good movie theater culture. You know, we need movies like this to bring people back into the theater. Being in the theater with like every other seat possible filled was such a cool experience because you don't get that like too often. Christopher Nolan be doing Christopher Nolan stuff, man. This guy constantly brings out like bangers. Everyone in the movie, all the actresses did fantastic job. Cinematography, the score, like everyone was definitely on point. It's hard to bring out like a critique of this movie beyond it maybe like straying away from like the gods, but I think he still does it in such a good, impactful way that it still has, I don't know, to me it has like a good meaning. Um, Solid ride. Gotta be an A.
Hell yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I gave this movie an A. My favorite style of movie is a drama, and I think my second favorite, I don't know, maybe not second, top three, top five. I love a historical movie. I love
Mm,
a biopic. I love a historical epic. And Christopher Nolan did this movie right.
mhm,
The Odyssey has been adapted a bunch of times throughout history. It's one of the all-time greats, one of the classics for a reason. If you haven't read it, I think you guys should check it out. I mean, obviously it's old, so you know, The writing conventions are different, but it's worth checking out. I think it's any movie. Christopher Nolan knocked it out of the park. The acting was incredible. The music was incredible. The cinematography was incredible. The attention to detail was great. I think if it's a must see film. If you can watch it in IMAX, watch it. If not, and you can only catch it in regular theater because those seem to have showings. The IMAX seem to be selling out, but it's just such a good experience. It's worth the ticket. It's a long movie though. It's about 3 hours. It's like 2 hours and 58 minutes.
Mhm.
I don't think it feels that long,
It doesn't.
but it is a good film. Must watch. I think it's my movie of the year thus far. I still haven't seen Obsession or Lisa Galib in Dune 3, so we'll see come once I watch those two movies. But it is great. Christopher Nolan, another A tier, great film. Hopefully he makes the Iliad. That'd be so sick.
That'd be cool.
Bring back Brad Pitt.
Yo, just older Brad Pitt is like an older Achilles.
That would be so dumb because the whole thing about Achilles is like the gods ask him, would you rather die young but be remembered forever or live to an old life and then like no one remembers who you are? And he's like, give me that glory.
Yeah, isn't the first line, one of the first few lines he says in Troy is to like a little boy, and he's like, hey, you're gonna have to fight this dude who like kills everyone. He's like, that's why you're gonna die. No one's gonna know your name.
Yeah.
Like the whole point is him wanting to be glorious. So yeah,
they cut it out of the Odyssey, but Achilles has one line in the Odyssey where I think the rough translation is like it's better to be like basically like a basic, like it was like the lowest tier of, I forget what it's called, like worker in Greek culture. That's still like a citizen. They're like above a slave, but it's like the lowest tier laborer. Yeah. Like it's better to be that alive than to be the king of the dead, because Achilles like has a pretty high position in Hades.
Oh shit!
But he's like, it's better to be that than to be the king of the dead.
Yeah, damn.
I think it's interesting, but they didn't include it.
Yeah, damn, that's wild. Damn, so he was there also. He meets up with him later. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he sees a bunch of people from the Trojan War.
Yeah, crazy. I feel like that definitely does reinforce that we might see Nolan come out with something different. Come out with something that'll include him. You know,
that'd be so sick if he does the Iliad.
Yeah,
the Iliad. If you think this movie's lacking in action, that's the Iliad is like a whole ass war. There's action.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us. No Will today. We will come back with Return of Killer Tomatoes, starring George Clooney's next week. Thank you for staying with us as we governed and gushed about the Odyssey. I think it is a must watch. I got an A from Cea and A from myself. I highly recommend from the both of us. One of the best films to come out this year. I dare say one of the best historical epics to come out in a very long time. Must see television, guys. If you guys haven't done so already, give us a follow on our social medias. We're on Instagram, TikTok, X/Twitter, Facebook, Threads, and YouTube. As always, I have been your host, the Dale, followed by my co-host, Mr. Cea.
Adios.
Catch you guys next week. Bye.